Okay, I don't understand why I can't see my chat anymore. I used to see chat in YouTube. Huh. Okay, I'm about to figure out when we're offline. Welcome in. Hey Lemma, how you doing? Hey Rebecca. Hello everybody. Thank you for joining. Let's see. No, I don't want to do that. I'm still live, right? Yes, I'm still live. Okay, I'm live on all my platforms. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Monday. I was having some technical difficulties with YouTube, but now we are good. So I am good. I am on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. I am on Instagram and TikTok. Welcome in. Happy Monday for the what millionth time. How was your Easter weekend, Lemma? How was your weekend? Did the Easter Bunny come see you? I actually went riding around looking for a discounted Easter candy. Ooh, which I have in the refrigerator. Hello, how are you? Welcome in. Happy Monday. All right, so today we're going to talk about we are in this season of emotional spring cleaning. Just like we clean our homes, that's what I did Saturday. I did emotional spring cleaning and clean my home. Another Sunday. I know that's right. So, we're going to talk about today why it's so hard to choose yourself or feeling guilty for choosing yourself, whenever that is. Did you? Good. Ooh, what sense? From is it from Bath and Body Works or from somebody else? Where are you getting it from? I love me some good candles. Love them. All right, so we're going to talk about why you feel why it's so hard to choose yourself. Because some of y'all know exactly what you need to do. You know what you need to do, but you just feel guilty doing it. You know you need to set that boundary. You know you need to say no. You know you need to walk away, or you know you need to stop showing up the same way that you had been showing up before. But the moment you start to choose yourself, that's when we start feeling guilty. Am I alone in that? I know, when I made the decision I actually made the decision to start choosing myself summer of 2024. And I really didn't start choosing myself until January 2025 is when I really said, okay, quit saying it, do it. And that's when I started doing it. And that's when my world began to change. And I'm going to fill y'all in on some of that. But this ain't about me right now. This is about why you feel guilty about choosing yourself. So, like I said, you have all these things that you know you need to do that involve choosing you, but then we start feeling guilty about it. And then we're like, am I being selfish? Or am I doing too much? Or maybe I should just let it go. And when we say things like that, we're abandoning ourselves all over again. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining. So I'm going to break this down. Guilt is not always a sign that you're doing something wrong. Sometimes it's a sign that you're doing something different. And there is a concept in psychology tied to people pleasing and conditioning. So if you were raised or conditioned to keep the peace, not disappoint people or be the strong one or be the helper, then choosing yourself will be uncomfortable. And of course, yes, if you're a Black woman in America, yes, we were raised to people please. Our parents and grandparents didn't know that's what it was called. There probably wasn't a word for it back then. But in this day and age, that is a word, people pleasing and conditioning. So when you start to choose yourself or you want to choose yourself, it feels wrong, like you're doing something wrong. And that's because it goes against what we were taught. Mama's quick to say, you weren't raised this way. Yeah, I know. And so your brain will try to correct that discomfort by making you feel guilty. It's all in our brains. Our brains tell us to feel guilty about choosing ourselves. So let me be clear. Thank you, babes. Let me be clear about something. You're not feeling guilty because you're wrong. Just because you're feeling guilt does not mean you did something wrong. When you're feeling guilty, it is because you're not used to putting yourself first. You put everybody else before you all your life, and all of a sudden you wake up one all of a sudden I wake up one morning and say, "Oh, I think I'm gonna choose me." That's where that guilt's gonna come in. You're gonna feel guilty about not used to disappointing people. Because people are thank you. I appreciate the follow. Thank you, Edgar. So you are not used to disappointing people. So you're always wanting to be the nice person, the person to go along to get along, or the person that you're not used to saying no without explaining. So if somebody said, "Oh, can I borrow $100?" and you'll be like, "Oh no, sorry, I can't give you $100 right now. I just had to pay this, and this," instead of just saying no, right? Because I'm gonna keep saying it till y'all get it. People do not ask you to explain your yes, but they will love for you to explain your no. What's the difference? So if you don't explain your yes, don't explain your no. Let your no be no and leave it at that. And if they say why, no, because no. That's why. So some of y'all have been tied to have your identity tied to being the reliable one. Oh, let me go ask Lemma. She's a reliable one. Or let me go ask Shanti. She's the understanding one. Or the one who holds it all together. So when we stop doing that, it feels like we're doing something wrong. Okay, I'm not being a people pleaser today. I'm gonna say no today and mean it. Or, somebody who always comes to us wanting to ride every Friday, but this Friday, we're not giving no rides to nobody. We want to go straight home sometime and not dropping somebody off, right? Because sometimes it be like that. But I want you to understand this clearly that you are not selfish for choosing your peace. I don't care who you are, where you come from, what you look like. You are worthy and deserving of peace. Don't ever feel guilty for choosing your peace because nobody's going to choose your peace for you, right? That's unheard of. Who chooses your peace for you? Only you know what you will and won't accept and what you will and won't go through. So you have to choose your own peace. And you are not wrong for setting boundaries. I don't care if you didn't have now a boundary 10 minutes ago. If you are ready to set your boundary right now, set your boundary right now. And whoever doesn't like it, those are the people who were using you. And those are the people who you need to remove from your life. There is a such thing as loving people from a distance. And this will be one of those times. Y'all still with me? I'm going back and checking on my social media. All right. So, hello, welcome in. For those of you who are just joining, I am talking about why you feel guilty about choosing yourself. My name is Shanti Refuge. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a master certified mental health coach. I'm a mental health advocate. I am the author of the best-selling book Quiet is Kept. And I'm on here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in April. We're doing emotional spring cleaning. Just like we cleaned our house and dusted and threw stuff away we didn't need, we're doing that mentally. We're doing some emotional spring cleaning. And like I said, you are not wrong for setting boundaries. You are not selfish for choosing your peace, and you are definitely not responsible for how people feel about your healing. That is a them problem, not a you problem. So let me tell y'all a little story. Recently, I had to sit with myself. I had to sit with myself because I used to feel guilty every time I chose me, especially in the beginning when I wasn't used to choosing me. I felt bad. Like I would say I would do something and then I'll renege on it because I felt bad about choosing myself, like I was doing something wrong, or every time I said no, or every time I pulled back, every time I stopped overgiving, I somewhere in my mind I felt like I was letting people down. But honestly, I was finally showing up for myself. You tell people stand up for yourself, stand up for yourself. Well, standing up for yourself also looks like telling people no, setting boundaries, and all that other good stuff that people do not like. and get mad, like get real big mad at you for you choosing yourself or you saying no. And, whenever I finally started showing up for myself, that felt unfamiliar. It felt weird. It did, but I didn't let that weird feeling stop me because apparently it was only temporary. Because you are supposed to choose yourself. There's nothing wrong with choosing yourself. And that's why I always tell you when someone asks you for something, don't immediately answer. Check in with yourself before you answer them. So if Lemma came and said, Shanti, um, I know we ain't never met before, but I want to meet you. Can you go half on a plane ticket so you can come down, so I can come down and meet you in person? Instead of me saying, sure, girl, come on, just for the sake of connection and people pleasing and wanting to have Lemma here, I would check in with myself. Shanti, are you willing to go half on a plane ticket for so somebody can come and see you? Not just somebody, she's one of your regulars, one of your loyals who always shows up. So you wouldn't give her half? And I would say no. Because my stomach already knotting up saying you better not. As much as you've been trying to get on a plane to go somewhere, you gonna help somebody fund their goals and not fund your own. Yeah. So you have to check in with yourself first. The sentiment sounds great. The reason sounds great for why they want to come down, but in the end, you're sacrificing your finances to help her see her dream through. If she wanted that bad, she gonna go get the money, right? We find money for things we want to do. We find time for things we want to do. But what about the have tos? You know, we find money because we got to pay that bill, right? Because if we don't pay that bill, we're gonna get cut off real quick. And they don't want to hear shit. All right, so here's the time for the journal prompts. I don't know what's going on with my captions. I mean my what you call it, my comments on Instagram, but I mean not Instagram, on YouTube. But after the live, I'm gonna go back and put them in the comment section. So in case you missed the journal prompts, I will have them there. I don't know if they changed something or if I did something wrong. Who knows? It could be user error. I'm gonna go see. So here go your journal prompts. The first one is, when was the last time I felt guilty for choosing myself? And the second part of that is, what did I do? When was the last time I felt guilty for choosing myself? What did I do? The next one is, what was I taught about putting myself first growing up? What was I taught about putting myself first growing up? You can catch the replay on my YouTube channel at Shanti Refuge Journals, and I will have these journal prompts in the comments for you to reflect on. Don't answer them in the comments section, if unless you want to. That's fine. But this is meant for you to get your pen, get your paper, and start writing. Write for yourself. I was up here journaling this morning after my therapy session. I'll tell y'all about that later. Yes, I still go to therapy. How can I continue my healing journey and help others to get on theirs if I'm not doing what I need to do? Right. So, no, yes, I'm in therapy too. So, the third prompt is, whose feelings am I prioritizing over my own right now? Whose feelings am I prioritizing over my own right now? And this one, we all know the answer. It could be mom, dad, the kids, all those people who take more than they give, right? Number 4 is, what boundary do I need to set but keep avoiding? What boundary do I need to set but keep avoiding? That's a good one. I know I need to start telling such and such no, because every time I see her calling, I don't even answer the phone because I don't want to hear from her. That person, whoever that is, set that boundary with that person. Stop avoiding it. Give yourself permission to set a boundary. And number 5, what would it look like to choose myself without explaining or apologizing? What would it look like to choose myself without explaining or apologizing? These are some good prompts. So I want y'all to be honest when you answer these prompts, because some of y'all don't have a boundary problem, you have a guilt problem. So your guilt is stopping you from setting and maintaining boundaries. So Let me shift this another way. Let me challenge you with this. If choosing yourself feels wrong, that doesn't mean it is. If choosing yourself felt wrong, it feels wrong, it doesn't mean that it is wrong. It means you're breaking a pattern. And breaking patterns is definitely uncomfortable because you're used to doing stuff the same way all the time. And all of a sudden, here you come with your audacity to go and change something that you've been regularly doing. Well, it's your life. You change it. You can restart, reset, rebuild as many times as you need to. And you can start with breaking the pattern. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable the first couple of times, but after a while, you're going to do it with ease. But I want you to know that you cannot build a life where you feel respected. You cannot build a life where you feel respected if you keep abandoning yourself to keep the peace. Did y'all hear me? Basically, you can't sit in the same space that hurt you and cause you harm and expect to heal in that same space. That means someone or something gotta go. Whether it's they move out of your life, you might move out of theirs if y'all cohabitating, they gotta go. I had somebody tell me that they let their relative move in for a little while, and it was only supposed to be for 4 months. Wait, it was only supposed to be for a few weeks, and it turned out to be 4 months. And she said that, she had gotten to where that relative was draining in all areas, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, draining her. And she said that she woke up and made the decision to choose herself and to let the relative know that, hey, I can't do this no more. You got to leave. And she told that to the person on a Friday, and she said they were gone by the weekend and never came back. And she said she had never felt so light. The energy in the house was light. She felt lighter. That's because she chose herself. It took her 4 months to do it, but she did it. So choose yourself, the sooner the better. Choose yourself. It's one thing to want to help somebody, but you cannot do the work for them. So if I had somebody come and stay with me for 2 weeks until they found them a place to stay, you got 2 weeks. I'm not gonna go out and go find you somewhere to stay for you. You got to do that kind of work. And that's the same thing with healing. I can't do your healing work for you, but I can give you the tools, show you how to do it, but you're gonna have to do it yourself. At some point, you have to decide that, am I going to keep being liked or start being whole? Because some people live to be liked. I used to be one of them. Like, I did not want nobody upset with me. I wanted to be likable. I wanted to be approachable. I wanted to be all these things. But all these things I were calling in was wearing me the hell out because I was overgiving, overperforming, overspending, doing things big and exaggerated just to be liked. I like being whole. I like my peace of mind. I don't care who like me. Could care less because you can't please everybody, right? And if you live your life to try to please everybody, you're not living. You're existing. And we were put on this earth to live, not exist. And not live in trauma and turmoil and what's the other word I'm looking for? We were meant to be here to be happy and whole and wealthy, not the other way around. So it all begins on with you and your choices. And your choices, you start by choosing yourself in any situation. Hey, honey, babe, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy Monday. So tomorrow we're gonna go even deeper. Today we talked about why you feel so guilty of choosing yourself. No, thank you. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about the version of you that you need to let go of. in order to grow. Oh, I'm jelly. I love the beach. I've been trying to get to the beach forever. I wanted to go yesterday. It was cold yesterday, so I couldn't go. Enjoy that beach, enjoy that atmosphere. Oh, I love the beach. Love it, love it, love it. So, tomorrow we're going to be talking about the version of you that you need to let go of to grow. Because when we want to grow, for whatever reason, we're still, some part of us still wants to hold on to the old version of ourselves. And that ain't going to work at all. So you're not just letting go of people, you got to let go of old versions of yourself. So picture your life like an onion. And thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going 5:15 Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And if you miss it, you can always catch the replay on my YouTube channel at Shanti Refuge Journals. So picture your life like an onion. Picture a real life onion. When you get that onion from the store, what do you do with that onion? Peel off the little flaky parts that don't matter. Peel off some other layers. There's layers to it. Same thing with healing. There are layers to it. And every time you discover a new, yeah, every time discover that, okay, you're wanting to become a newer version of yourself, you gotta let that old stuff go. Literally like an onion. And I had a hard time with me being an onion a while ago, but I'm good now. I'm ready to peel. Sometimes I find myself trying to peel before it's time to peel. And that's where I'm starting to get in trouble with. But we're gonna talk about that, letting go of the old versions of yourself. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Goddess Alchemy. Because it's not always about letting go of people. Sometimes it's about letting go of who you've been. If you've been a people pleaser for the last 40 years of your life, that's going to be some hard stuff to let go of. That's not an overnight thing. That's something you got to consciously make a choice to do every day. Hello, everybody. Thank you all for coming in. And, sometimes that part is hard because this is the person you knew. Now you have to get to know a whole new person who says no, who, has boundaries, who stands on their boundaries, who don't care who she make mad because she have boundaries in place. Now you have to get to know this person. And yeah, and when life events happen, you're gonna realize there are different versions of you. Some old that you never dealt with, and yeah, yes, it does set you free, literally, figuratively as well, in all realms, spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically. Yes, it said yes. Saying no sets you free. It's nothing like it, but when you do it for the first time, it's like I'm like jumping in to like the double dutch uh line. You come in like, oh, do I want to do this? Do I want to do it? And then when you do it, you get in there and you start doing that. You start doing tricks and all kind of stuff. But you gotta get there first, and it's not easy to get there. So, if anything I said, you know, resonated with you today, hold on, let me go check out my other lot. Hey, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. So, if anything that I said today, talked about, or anything I ever talk about, if that resonates with you, I do have my second round of Audacity of a Healing Woman coming up. This is group coaching for women only, where we stop people pleasing and start choosing ourselves for real, in real life. Because we could say it all day long, but you have to do the work to do it. So, you don't need another reminder. You just need the transformation. And I hold a safe space for that in group. Or if you want to do one-on-one with me, I do one-on-ones. Just DM me and say, hey, I'm interested. Can you send me the information on your one-on-ones? Yes, I will do a one-on-one with you. I also have guided journals that have different topics. You got, self-love, self-esteem, unpacking emotional baggage, relationship breakup, let's stay together, let's work on our communication skills, self-awareness, prayer, whatever you name it, I got it. And if I don't have it, you come and let me know so that yeah, choose yourself. Got to. Very, very important. Thank you for being here. And then I have my book, Quiet as Kept. If you have not had the pleasure of reading my book, Quiet as Kept, I strongly urge you to do so. My book is about my own journey of how I went through these different phases of life, starting at around 4 or 5 3, 4, or 5 years old up until 2018 when I had a nervous breakdown, and everything in between that and what happened after that, and how you can, get on your healing journey too. I talk about a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't dare. They would go to their grave, with some of the stuff that I divulge in my book, but I do it for a reason because a lot of us suffer because a lot of us don't talk about what it is we need to talk about. And a lot of us don't feel seen. We feel lonely. We feel alone. And so my book is showing you that no, you are not alone. I went through it too. I'm just talking about it. This is what I did. This is, was the results, the consequences, and this is how I overcame it. So it will benefit you if you it don't no matter what kind of reader you are. If you're a reader who just like to be nosy, go get my book. You'll be sipping tea for days. If you are a reader who wants, to some acknowledgement, oh, I ain't the only one who went through that. She sees me. That's what this book is for. So I have my book, and I also have the Quiet as Kept podcast. I drop a new episode every week. Actually, this week I dropped two. So go to the Quiet as Kept podcast. You can find it on whatever platform that you go and listen to your podcast, if you listen to them. If not, go to Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Music. My podcast is on there, and it's called The Quiet as Kept Podcast with Shanti Refuge. So if anything that I said to you today spoke to you, um, comment and let me know. And if you comment the word clean or me first or reset, I don't care what you comment. I'm going to send you my emotional spring cleaning workbook. It's free, no obligation. Uh, it's a 7-day workbook for you to emotionally spring clean. We're taking it one day at a time with our emotions because that's what you have to do in your healing. It doesn't happen all at once, y'all. Because abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable, we done doing that. We've done it long enough. So comment the word clean or go to my DM and ask for the emotional spring cleaning workbook. It is free. You can have it. Just let send it to you. So I want you to know this: allowed to choose yourself. You are absolutely allowed to choose yourself, even if it disappoints people, even if it feels uncomfortable, because it will. Even if it's new, you still allow. I don't care if you didn't choose yourself at all yesterday. I don't care if you didn't choose yourself today up until right now. It is okay to choose yourself. Choose yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to live with you, right? And with that, I will see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.